What is up, everybody? SC Knuckles here, showing you another dungeon replica I created. Hey, look, it's the Snake's Remains one. If you want to see that, go watch that video. But if you look at the description, you'll see that I have made an original dungeon from the very first Zelda game on the NES. NES for those that don't know that lingo yet. I would say this was sort of requested from someone. But they just said, you should try making the very first dungeon from the very first game. Dude, it's Joe requested that on Facebook, and I thought it might be a good idea because, well, not doing anything at the moment, so why not? And it's right over here. Zelda 1, Level 1. And while I'm showing this off, since there's really no gimmicks in any of these dungeons, well, I'll just show it off. I'll explain more about what's to expect from me. Now, before we talk about that, I'll tell you how I designed this. These lapis blocks indicate the statues that's all around. The wool at the bottom indicates like a welcome mat. Made the walls out of bricks this time. The floor is made of diamond blocks, and the roof is still made of glowstone. And the ice blocks you see all around indicate those blocks that's all around the dungeon. It's really nothing to expect there. Kind of risky making ice because, well, if I told y'all before what happened in Snake's Remains, it kept catching fire. This might be the last replica I make because, well, sort of disappointed to see not a lot of viewers saw me and Wayne 444's replica of the Deku Tree. And that one took a long time, guys. Anyway, if y'all want to check that, just go see it. Since I'm in the mood for a lot of Zelda things, Netherrack indicates bombable walls. I just made the roof so I could fly around. Again, this was made in creative mode. Yeah, since we're on the subject of Zelda, a lot of Zelda things will be coming from me next year. I mean, since y'all know I have fraps now, I'm also going to be doing some PC recording, and no, I just noticed this room was not shaped correctly. Ignore that. Yeah, that side's a little wider and all. Oh well, little mistake. So with all that said, we'll be doing more PC recording now. You can expect my first PC recording soon after, where I will be doing a Let's Play of the fan-made Mega Man 8-Bit Deathmatch. I've already gotten started recording some chapters in there, and it worked out well. If y'all noticed, the quality was bad on the other Minecraft ones. The fraps had to sort of split the video apart, which is what I didn't like, and I just had to get them together so it's one view. I did not want many parts of showing this off. If the video came out like how I've been recording now, then it would have been up right away, but yeah. Darn you fraps. And here's would be the wizard room. I used obsidian since it's normally a dark room, and it says the secret East Peninsula is the secret. So anyway, on the subject of Zelda, I won't be doing any Zelda LPs for the rest of this year because when Skyward Sword comes out, I will be working on my top Zelda songs. I've actually picked out what songs I want to use, or I have already made the list, but I haven't gotten started on which one's number 1, which one's number 2, 3, all so on and so forth. And there is no exact number yet, so we don't know if it's going to be a top 50 or top 60. I guarantee you it won't be a top 100 like my Sonic songs were. The diamond mineral blocks indicate the traps that's all around. And of course we got the stairs down here which lead to the dungeon treasure, which would be the bow. And since I can't leave a bow all just hanging around, I just left it in a chest. Yeah, there's the bow. So, anyway, we'll be doing more Zelda next year. I don't know which one. Well, I might be doing Twilight Princess first because I've been having that one on my channel for a while, saying I will do it. It started out as a request by my cousin, but due to conflictions that caused my Halo project to be delayed, I have sort of not given him credit for it. So, yeah, I will be doing it on my own terms and not by a request. Anyway, now with Fraps, I could probably do emulators now, which means handhelds could come into play, and I have been practicing the Oracle games well. What I plan to do with the Oracle games is I might plan on doing each of them twice because each game is different when you play either one first. Like you play Oracle first, Oracle Ages first, and then Season second. Seasons will be different if you link them together, and I will be doing Seasons first and then Ages next. So that'll be next year. Also, since I've been practicing some other handhelds, Minish Cap, one of them, Link's Awakening, I really haven't played that one that much, to be honest. I sort of lost track. Boss room in here, and in here is the Triforce, so that's the end of the dungeon. I probably should practice Link's Awakening. Link to the Past, I mentioned in my Mirror's Edge that my friend Dudich Joe is sort of on the line of requesting that. But I said in order for him to get the full request for that, he has to do that Zelda 2 The Adventure of Link challenge that I have yet to see. And if I practice Link to the Past enough to say I can do it, and I'm ready to do it, then I'm just going to do it without the request, and he'll lose credit, so you better get those uploads up quick. That's just the way it is. Now, many of y'all will be wondering, but Knuckles, what about Ocarina of Time? Yes, what about Ocarina of Time? Well, what I can say about Ocarina of Time is I've seen so many people doing it by themselves. I sort of want to do something different with that one. And I don't just mean a dual commentary like what me and Wayne444 did with Majora's Mask. I sort of want to have two people playing it with me by taking turns playing as Link. I've had this idea for a long time, and I sort of want to move forward with it. Like, okay, someone can. Alright, your turn to play as Link. Now, every 25 minutes or 30 minutes, we'll take turns. And whenever we get to the dungeon, you can take full control of Link for that dungeon. I've had that idea for a while, and I wanted to move forward. Problem is, I don't know anybody around me that would want to do that because hardly any of my friends have played Ocarina, so anything from Ocarina of Time for me is really going to be a while. Skyward Sword, I have to practice the game before I can confirm it and find everything, and I have to find out which songs I like in there that will make the list. I just have to pick on that. Any others on the classic ones, the NES ones, I gotta practice that one a little more before I'm ready to do it. Zelda 2, like I said before, I saw more game overs in that game than my age. 24. It was that difficult for me, so until I can practice that game without getting the game over screen, dying, I don't really matter. But, yeah, if I do well in that game, then I will do it, but you just have to wait and see. As for other Zelda games, well, the DS ones are, well, I don't know about DS emulators these days. Who knows? And the Twilight Princess one I will be doing will be the Wii, because it's the only one I have. I mean, even though if I, I would try to find the GameCube one and do that one as well, since they're mirrored. But it just comes down to if I can get it or not. So anyway, you can expect Mega Man 8-Bit Deathmatch from me as soon as my Call of Duty solo run of Call of the Dead is done. And as for Metroid Other M, it's nearly coming to an end. And after that project, if we move forward with it, if you look on my channel, I have confirmed a co-op Borderlands playthrough. If y'all remember from watching my co-op run of the Zombies run with Wayne444, I brought up that idea a long time ago. And then just one day out of the blue, he said, "Hey, SC, why don't we do that?" I don't know how he talks. I could never imitate him that well, and I never try. And I was like, really? Now out of the blue, you want to do this? I've been wanting to do Borderlands for a while because it's a good game and everything, and it in my expectations, first-person shooters, and it's pretty much, well, it's a role-playing game, which is something I really don't play unless there's a twist. Borderlands being one of them, I will play. Expect that one soon if things work out. I mean, as many of y'all know from my Portal 2 run, I've had router issues. It randomly goes out when it wants. It's sort of like internet spurts or something. So anyway, even though this was just to show off the replica, I've also wanted to talk about some of my plans. Just have to wait and see what I can do. But expect more Zelda from me next year. I mean, yeah, Zelda's usually the top LP game, I would think. Next to, well, I think that's just about it. I don't know anything else that's just popular enough. So anyway, I hope you all have enjoyed this nice viewing of the dungeon. I mean, there's really nothing to explain in the NES dungeons, to be honest. Because, well, they're just there. It's really not much to talk about. Yeah, I didn't notice this room was 8 squares wide, because from what I remember looking at the maps, if y'all saw where I gave the link of how I viewed the maps, they were supposed to be 7 by, what was it, 12, yeah. So anyway, I hope you have enjoyed this nice viewing of the very first dungeon of Legend of Zelda from the NES. Hope you have enjoyed it. Hope you will leave your comments. Hope you'll subscribe to me, and yeah. Don't expect any more replicas unless I get extremely requested for it, because after seeing not a lot of views for my other ones, which is quite surprising, because I would think Zelda fans would love to see their favorite game's dungeons recreated in Minecraft. Guess I was wrong. Oh well, it's just the truth from what I know. So, there you go, folks. Hope y'all have enjoyed this. Leave your comments, subscribe, do whatever you want. Don't leave anything harsh, because it will be removed. That is the way of the panic attack. Thus my nickname, other than Knuckles. So I hope you all enjoyed this. Keep watching what I normally do, and stay tuned for whatever I do. So until next time, I'm SC Knuckles, and I will see y'all later.